Welcome to another tutorial on Korg Electribe Wave. In this video we're going to create a sequence. First we are going to learn how to use and create sequences for the synth part, and then in the next video we will move to the drum part as well. So let's go to our sequence section or tab. As you can see, you have a step here from 1 to 16 that correspond to the number of active lengths that you have for the pattern, in this case 2. And if you click on the second one, you go from step 17 to 32. So the number of steps you have is available on the length, is depending on the length of the pattern. So, and this brings to the point of starting a new pattern. So let's click here where it says pattern. Okay, and we are in pattern mode. This is the window that allows you to select the pattern, so an existing one or a new one. So as you click on a pattern, it will start to play as well. So, and that is why I have to stop it. Okay, let's go, and as you can see, it is a pattern browser. So you see some patterns here which have been comes with the application. If you go to section F, you find some any pattern and so on and so forth, right? So you can set the tempo here for the pattern, okay, or you can tap it as well to set the tempo as you want. Here is where you can set the length, which I was discussing a moment ago. So if you look down here, there is only one section of steps, so 16th. If I click on that, it will say shoot, and the second one will appear. Okay, so you have 16, you have 32 steps in this case. And here it allows you to set your last step in a pack of 16th, and I'll show you this in a moment. You can set your swing and also your beat size, which of course influence how quickly the pattern will be played. You can export, bounce. You can add pattern to a song. Here you have different category of pattern, including some which have been acquired. You can save the pattern and select one from the list here. And at the bottom here, you have also ability to set how the pattern play mode will actually function, which we'll look at that in another tutorial when we talk about songs. So let's select this pattern. Let's stop them. Let's say that it has two lengths for now, and let's close that window. So you have 1 to 16, and then if you click on number 2, you have 17 to 32. And we are in synth part because the synth part is selected there. So if we go back to that pattern and we say last step is 14, and let's close, you can see it removed 15 and 16th. And if I go to the next set of steps again, the last two, 31, 32 are removed as well. So let's go back to the pattern browser and reset this to 16th. Now, let's close this screen again, and let's go through what we have here. On the top here, you have headers for the different steps. So if you click on the header, you can activate it or deactivate that step. So now is not active. If I click on it, it is active. Underneath here you have a gate in terms of how long the length will be held for the particular note. So if you click and hold and move, you can change the length up and down, in this case the length of that particular gate. And you can also set it to 1, clicking on the gate length here to 1. You have a fill option here as well, which will fill the gate based on when the next note that needs to be played. So for example, if I go to step number 5 here, and I select again a note C, then I go back to this step here, and remember, if you click on the header, it will deactivate it, so I click again, or just click underneath here to select it. If I click now fill, it will become 4, so it fills in the gate until the next note that needs to be played will be played. So in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, and then it's played, so it puts 4 there. Okay, so I hope that that is clear now. So you have the note and to be selected here, okay, and here you have your velocity up and down. So the note that you select either through the keyboard here, this is a keyboard, where you can select notes that will appear on the sequencer, or you can also play them directly underneath this MIDI keyboard here through an external controller, and they will appear here. So you can click on it and it will sound, and it will show you that this note is being played, and also it flashes what synth is being played. Okay, so let's make it more interesting. Let's go back to sound. We still have S1 selected. Let's go to program, then let's go to bass, and then let's select octave bass. Okay, let's decrease a bit the level. It's too high. A bit more. Let's leave it as a gate. Let's give it a bit more character, so let's increase a bit the cutoff. Yeah, I like it like that. Let's go to the sequence now. So if I click play, so as you can see, it's playing the first set of 16 steps, and then going to the second set of 16 steps. So there are different ways that you can record steps. So first of all, let's go into this step here, activated. Okay, and let's click clear here to remove the to delete the steps itself. By the way, you have also an assign option here. If you click, for example, this step here, and you click assign, it will ask you for that step which contains notes, which part do you want me to assign those notes. And if I say pad number 1, it will assign the notes for that particular step which is active to pad number 1. Okay, let's go back to keyboard here, and that's useful to extract effectively chords and put them in your pad. Okay, so let's so you can insert notes like so. You can go to a step, activate it, and then go here to the keyboard, which you can see black keys are here, white keys are here. You can move up and down the keyboard range, and then you can say, okay, I want to type ND here, and it will appear there. Okay, and then you can say I can go to step number 7. I type ND sharp 4, and then I go on step number 13, I activate it, then I type a G4, and so on and so forth. Right, and then you click play. The other way to do it, of course, is to play on the keyboard here. So in the way to do that, where you have the ability to set your metronome here, you can set your record. Okay, and when you record, you have an option which says erase, and if you click erase, it will erase what is being played at that point for the time that you hold the erase button, of course. But for the purpose of showing you a different way to record notes or sequences, so let's enable the metronome here, the recording button, click play, and then apply some note on the keyboard here, or if you have an external controller attached, you can use that as well. I stop. Let me go to the second 16 steps of note, and here you can see I added these 2 notes. Okay, perfect. So let's say that I like this, but I want to record another sequence on top of this one. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to the first 16 set of steps. Let's go to S2, which will show blanks because I haven't recorded anything yet. Let's go to sound, let's go to program, and let's choose, for example, a pad, in this case a white pad. Sounds good. Let's select the scale, so let's select a minor pentatonic. It's good. Click outside, and let's activate chord as well. Okay, so let's go back to sequence. Let's play now the pattern, and I will play a little bit of the chords which are activated here on the keyboard to see what I'm interested to record. so let's try to record that. So let's click record again here. Let's click play. Okay, let's stop. I made a mistake. Let's go to the second set of steps. Okay, so don't particularly like these, so let's go to let's activate that particular step. Let's clear that, and also that one, and let's clear that as well. Let's record these again. Okay, ideally I would have wanted to for that to be on this particular step here. Okay, so one way to actually do that, because you don't have quantize here, is actually activate a step. Okay, so assign these to path number 2. Okay, then let's clear that step, activate this particular step which I want. Okay, let's click on the top, and it shows you the notes which are going to be played. So let's try click on record that, and let's click on play again. Okay, that's better. So there you go, I recorded exactly on step number 17, which is what I wanted. Okay, and you can see also the gate is 14 steps. Okay, in this case, let me assign it properly. Fill 16, it will fill in the 16 steps before the next chord, which is on step number 1, will be actually played. So let's remove the metronome, let's click play. Okay, let's go back to the bass. Let's go to this the next set of steps. I prefer to put another note here, perhaps and that one. Let's try again. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, very straightforward to create new sequences with your sequencing inside Electribe Wave. I hope you enjoyed. You found this useful. See you next time. Bye.